What's going on, y'all? SSK here, and today I'm going to be going over the massive gameplay changes we have just received from Marvel Tokon. Now, we've gotten a lot of chance to experience the game through betas, offline experiences, etc. And throughout these experiences, the developers have been listening to us closely and watching our games. Particularly, a lot of people have voiced their concerns on Twitter and the feedback forums that they created, stuff like that. Now, I would like to say that the game isn't out yet, so of course it could potentially receive a lot of changes, but man, what we have here today is the multiple changes they've added to the game after the beta dropped. They've listened to so many people in the feedback forums that they created, and they have proven to you guys that they are listening. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys each change, talk about the context behind them, what they are, and my overall thoughts on it. So without further ado, let's get straight to it. The first change we have here is that tag and assist will have their own dedicated buttons. A while back during the betas, there was definitely some people who felt it was a little uncomfortable to tag and call assist, so the developers went ahead and added a dedicated button just for tagging and assisting that allows for smooth responsiveness. A very great quality of life change that benefits those players. But during this specific footage, we also get a glimpse of the next gameplay change, which is that startup frames and animation frames for tagging between characters have been shortened. This is one of the core changes that the developers made because there were some people during the betas that also felt that tagging just felt very slow. A lot of that pausing between tagging just made a lot of people feel like it just disrupted the flow of gameplay so much, even to the point where there was quite a bit of some people who made fun of it. So like I said, they made it to where startup frames and animation frames for tagging between characters have been greatly shortened so that it feels more faster. Any change that allows this game to feel more fast and not too slow or pausing is always very welcoming. The next change we have here is that you can actually cancel it to your neutral assist during combos and block strings. This was the biggest change that a lot of people asked for because many players did not like the fact that the universal strike assist came out during combos and block strings. It made people feel limited in the amount of ways that they could use their neutral assist. So now, the developers have given players the freedom to use their neutral assist during these situations. While I was very open-minded to them potentially not adding this change within the game, this was a change that I was asking for myself. And I'm just glad to see it here. So now the game should feel a lot more open for a lot of people. Moving on, we have the hit stop for assist and assist callouts has been reduced. This is basically them saying that the pausing between animations for assist calls has almost been completely removed. Like I said, a lot of people did not like the pausing, so now things should feel more smoother and more faster when you're tagging and calling assists. Once again, a lovely change. Now this next change is very interesting because apparently aerial assist conditions have changed. Now this is pretty vague, but there's quite a bit of some things you can gather from this specific footage. In this situation here, Wolverine jumped and called out the Spider-Man air assist, but this air assist is actually different for Spider-Man. Before, Spider-Man's air assist was the horizontal web shoot, but now it looks like his air assist is just him shooting webs down diagonally. So it seems that air assist has been changed depending on the character, or maybe you can select in the character select screen which air assist you want for the character. Very interesting. But there's something else that I noticed here too, and that's the different jumps. If you see here, Wolverine super jumps and Spider-Man's air assist came out, but in his next situation, Wolverine just normal jumped and the ground assist came out. So does this mean that super jumping will call out air assist, but doing a normal jump will call out ground assist? So many questions, yet very beautiful changes. But it seems that this next change clarifies things a little better because now it looks like you can apparently call ground assist while airborne. Now I will say this, there was a lot of people who didn't like the fact that when you jumped, your air assist would come out instead. People wanted the ability to be able to use their other assists while airborne as well, so they didn't want to feel limited. But with this change here, it all makes things better. I'm just glad that it seems to be an option because I still like air assist myself, and in some situations they're very good if you want to control space. So pretty good stuff for the developers to give players the freedom to use this. Now this next change is crazy because apparently super attacks no longer cause a wall break when hit in the corner. This is actually very huge because this limits the amount of ways you can actually wall break in this game. Let's be real, there's quite a bit of some people who aren't really a fan of wall breaks in Tokon. Me personally, I see the value in having multiple parts of stages because it can benefit certain teams and also make other teams weaker, which I'll get into later. But I understand that not a lot of people really like the idea of wall breaks like that. So not allowing supers to cause these wall breaks does try to reach a very interesting middle ground. So I'm sure a lot of people will appreciate this change. But that's not all with wall breaks though, because this next change is that apparently after a wall break, the opponent is now in a hard knockdown state. This means that if your opponent wall broke you and you are switching to the other part of the stage, you will be in a knockdown state where you can no longer be able to tech roll and you have to actually eat immediate tech or the opponent's assist. This is very advantageous because now you don't have to worry about resetting to neutral every time a wall break happens. But this also balances zoner teams because now zoner teams don't feel as powerful if wall breaks happen. Remember, projectile characters love resetting to neutral because neutral is where they feel more powerful. But now that wall breaks don't reset to neutral anymore, it makes the zoner player have to play a bit more solid. But overall, I love this change. I'm a huge fan of hard knockdowns in fighting games, so any situation where I can get a hard knockdown, give it to me. Next up, we have the change that link attacks or auto combos no longer trigger on whiff. This is also one of the biggest things people have been asking for the game. In case you didn't know, if you whiff the auto combo in Tokon, the character's follow-up attacks will keep happening, and if the opponent happens to run into them, they will get caught up into the auto combo and you can finish it. This was something that people did not like in Dragon Ball FighterZ either, so... But now it looks like this has changed because if you whiff the auto combo, the next follow-up attacks do not come out. I'm always excited about auto combo changes in fighting games, so I'm very happy to see that this has been removed. And last, but certainly not least, aerial combos do not increase the combo limit as much as before. There has been a lot of people who had issues with the combo meter in Tokon because it felt like you could reach combo limit very fast and made a lot of players feel like combos are very short in Tokon. Now granted, there are a few ways to manipulate the combo meter in Tokon. Calling an assist during combos will actually decrease the combo meter, and using EX moves will actually not increase or decrease it at all. So people found really cool ways to make long combos actually work in Tokon. But now, since aerial combos do not increase the combo limit as much before, you can actually do more juggles before the limit. This is honestly a really exciting change, and I can't wait to see how combos develop in the future. But these are all of the brand new changes the developers added into Tokon. I'm really glad that they listened to so many people's feedback, but honestly, I'm even more happy that they kept the game the same. While these changes definitely improved the game a lot, it does still have its limits to keep itself from not going too crazy. Obviously, you still have your assist meters up there, so you have to be very wise about the way you're calling your assists. And there's still one health bar, so the idea of the game being a 1v1 game with assists might not be as much of a thing anymore, but actually, it's still a way for people to play. I know there's a lot of people who probably feel a little concerned that the game might not be a 1v1 game with assists anymore, but I don't think the developer's intention is to make that style of play suboptimal. The overall goal of Tokon is to give people the freedom to play the way how they want to play, and honestly, they're doing just that. And we haven't even seen the full roster yet, or whatever gameplay changes could be coming. And this game is supposed to be supported for 10 years? How is this game going to look like end to end? But let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you guys love these changes? Do you guys think some of these changes are kind of eh? What other changes would you guys like to see? Y'all know me, you can always tell me in the comments how you feel. If you haven't already, please be sure to like and subscribe to the channel, as I'll be doing Marvel Tokon content weekly. I enjoy doing what I do, and I love giving you guys good content, and I appreciate all of you guys' love. And as always, from me to you, have yourself a blessed day.